हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम करेंगे बायोलॉजिकल क्लासिफिकेशन जो +1 क्लास का सेकंड चैप्टर है। तो इसमें हम सबसे पहले करेंगे क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम। बहुत सारे आए, किसी ने 2 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन, 3, 4 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन दी, पर जो वाइडली एक्सेप्टेड क्लासिफिकेशन है वो है 5 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन। सो इट वॉज गिवन बाय R.H. विटेकर इन 1969। सो व्हाट ही डिड वाज कि उसने सारे के सारे ऑर्गेनिजम्स को 5 किंगडम्स में डिवाइड कर दिया: मोनेरा, प्रोटिस्टा, फंजाई, प्लांटी एंड एनिमेलिया. So he divided all the organisms into 5 main kingdoms. And the criteria for classifying them into the kingdom was, first criteria was level of complexity. मतलब उसने देखा कि ऑर्गेनिज्म जो है वो कितने कॉम्प्लेक्स हैं, whether they are prokaryotes or eukaryotes. As you know, prokaryotes they have cell walls present, but they don't have nucleus. They have instead nucleoid, and membrane bound organelles are also absent. In case of eukaryotes, cell wall may or may not be present. They have nucleus present in them, and cell membrane bound organelles are also present. So accordingly he took the first criteria as level of complexity. So he divided all the organism into prokaryotes and eukaryotes, and then he selected all the prokaryotes and put these prokaryotes in the first kingdom, that is the Monera. And eukaryotes, they were further divided between the rest 4 kingdoms, right? Second criteria which he opted was level of organization, whether the organism is unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular means made up of only single cell. Multicellular means made up of many cells. Third criteria he took was mode of nutrition, whether the organism is autotroph or heterotroph. Autotroph means the organism prepares its own food with the help of sunlight, with the process of photosynthesis, or it is depending on other organisms for its food. Next criteria taken by Whittaker was cell wall, whether it is present or absent. So based on these 4 criteria, he divided all the organisms into 5 main kingdoms: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. Next is, we'll read about the details. So first kingdom is kingdom Monera. So all the prokaryotic organisms, they were put into the kingdom Monera. So all the organisms which didn't have the nucleus, in which cell membrane bound organelles were absent, they were put in the kingdom Monera, right? So all the organisms which are prokaryotic are present in the kingdom Monera. This kingdom Monera is further divided into Archaebacteria, Eubacteria and Mycoplasmas. Archaebacteria are the oldest type of bacteria which are found in the harsh conditions, and these are further divided into methanogens, thermoacidophiles and halophiles. Methanogens, they produce methane gas, whereas these thermoacidophils, they can survive high temperature and acidic conditions. Next comes the halophiles. Halophiles can survive in saline conditions. So all these Archaebacteria have complex polysaccharide in their cell walls, but they lack the peptidoglycan. Next we'll study about the Eubacteria. Eubacteria are the bacteria or the monorems. Their cell wall has peptidoglycan, and they are all modern day bacteria. So they are again divided into 2: autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic are cyanobacteria, which are also known as the blue-green algae, and chemosynthetic bacteria. Blue-green algae are examples are Oscillatoria, Nostoc, Anabaena, Spirulina, and they perform the photosynthesis. Autotrophic bacteria, chemosynthetic bacteria, they derive energy by the chemosynthesis process. Next comes the heterotrophs. Heterotrophic eubacteria, they are the modern day bacteria which causes infections like salmonella, etc. They are all come under the category of the heterotrophic eubacteria. The last category is of mycoplasmas. Mycoplasmas, cell wall is absent and they are very small in size. So example is PPLO, that means pneumonia like organism. So this is the smallest bacteria, right, organism. So this is all about the kingdom Monera. Next comes the kingdom Protista. All the organisms of kingdom Protista are eukaryotic and unicellular. So it is further divided into chrysophytes, dinoflagellates and euglenoids. Chrysophytes contains desmids and diatoms. They are unicellular and their cell wall has silica. So their cell wall is impregnated with the silica. So that gives a golden appearance to these organisms. Next are the dinoflagellates. As the name indicates, di means two, flagellates means flagella. So for mobility, for moving, they have two flagella which are present at 90 degree. And all the dinoflagellates are photosynthetic. Third are the euglenoids. Euglenoids show mixotrophic nutrition, means they are heterotrophic as well as autotrophic in nutrition. Example is euglena. Next comes the slime molds. Slime molds are saprotrophs. Saprotrophs means they depend for the nutrition on dead and decayed organic matter. And last are the protozoa under the kingdom Protista. Protozoas, they lack cell wall, and examples are Antamoeba, amoeba, paramecium and plasmodia. The third kingdom is kingdom fungi. Kingdom fungi, the organism body is mycelial and is made up of hyphae. The organisms are eukaryotic and multicellular. Cell wall is made up of chitin and they all are heterotrophs, means they have absorptive type of nutrition. In simple term, we can say that they have saprotrophic nutrition. So they are further divided into Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteriomycetes. Next comes the kingdom Plantae. All the members of kingdom Plantae are eukaryotic, multicellular and autotrophic in nutrition. They show photosynthesis and they make their food with the help of the sunlight. Their cell wall is made up of cellulose. So the different divisions present under kingdom Plantae are algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. The last kingdom is the kingdom Animalia. So the organisms, they are eukaryotic, multicellular and heterotrophic in nutrition, means they show holozoic or ingestive mode of nutrition. They show active locomotion and they are divided into non-chordates and chordates.